There's so much space around me. Why do I always wait until I press record to pee? Change your light bulb. Why am I so stupid? So short! Really? You're gonna call right when I press record? You're interrupting my video. Hi there, Bastian here.
And there.
What are we doing today?
We're talking about the lucid dreaming, aren't we?
Yes, I am. Hi there, Bastian here. Not Bear. So today, we're going to be talking about something that's really, really cool that I've been wanting to talk about for a really long time. Lucid dreaming. Some of you may have experienced this at some point, but I don't think the majority of people do. And if they do, then I don't think they understand really how significant it really is. Wikipedia defines it as a dream during which the dreamer is aware of dreaming. That's a lot of dreaming in one thing. During lucid dreaming, the dreamer may be able to exert some degree of control over the dream's characteristics, narrative, and environment. Basically, it's when you're awake in the dream and you know what's going on, and you can change whatever you want, or choose not to, or just watch how everything unfolds. It's super, super cool when you can finally do it, and some of the things that you might want to change or might want to do are really hard to do. It's really hard to start, but then once you get there, it gets easier. The biggest reason I wanted to do it was because the thing I've always wanted to do, ever since I was a little kid, was be able to fly. Obviously, you can't do that, so I figured I could do it in a dream if I could make myself know that I was dreaming. So the really cool thing that you can change anything in your dream. If there's a person standing over there and you want that person to not be standing there anymore, you can just do it. It'll just happen. You can alter anything in the dream. You can do whatever you want to do. You can talk to people that you can't talk to in real life, and you can be whoever you want to be. But changing bigger things is harder to do. You need to have more experience, I guess. This is how I did it. There are lots of different ways that you can do it. There are lots of different other things that you can use to make it happen. And there are, I guess, lots of different ways that it can turn out. But this was mine, and it worked, so that's what I'm going to talk about. First thing you have to do is try and get on a regular sleep schedule. If you're not on a regular sleep schedule, then your sleeping is going to be interrupted, and if you don't get a certain amount of hours every night, you're not going to be able to reach the sleep that you have to be in for it to happen. I guess you have to be in a deep sleep or whatever, because it usually only happens if I've been asleep for a while. I can dream right when I fall asleep, but I can't lucid dream until I've been asleep for a few hours. After you've been on a regular sleep schedule and you're not like really tired during the day and like exhausted when you go to bed and stuff like that, you need to start writing down your dreams. I know this is hard for a lot of people because a lot of people say they just can't remember their dreams, which sucks because I love remembering my dreams. I have very weird dreams. And it could be because I used to lucid dream. I don't do it anymore. Where was I? Where was I? Oh, writing down your dreams. Okay. So have a pad of paper next to your bed. And pen, obviously. I think that you could use your phone or something if you wanted to, but typing it out and writing it out feel really different. It feels more organic, and it like sticks in your memory better if you're like writing it down as opposed to just typing and letting autocorrect happen. So like right when you wake up, the second you open your eyes, write down your dream. If you can only remember like a tiny bit of it, that's fine. It doesn't really matter. Start writing them down. The more you write them, the easier it'll get for you to remember them when you do wake up. This you need to do for a few weeks. So like this is a long project. This is something you have to dedicate yourself to, but it's definitely worth it. Sleep good, write down your dreams, and then the third thing is what's called the reality check. If you have ever seen Inception, then you know what I'm talking about. That's the little totems that they carry around with them. The one guy has the top. If you're dreaming, the top is going to be more likely to just spin forever and not stop. You want to have something that's like that you can use all the time to make sure that you're not dreaming. Because, I mean, a lot of people dream about mundane things like going to work or whatever. If the dream feels normal, then you need the reality check to make sure it's a dream. You can use a top, you can use something like that, but the problem with that is you can't use it Say like while you're driving, you can't use it when you're trying to do something else. You want something that you can do really quick and just get it done with. Mine is watch. I found this the other day. This was one of the watches that I used to lucid dream. The first thing I did was get a watch. Now, the watch helps because it's always with you. You don't have to worry about carrying it with you or forgetting it or whatever. You want to look at your watch 10, 15, or more times a day to get in the habit of making yourself remember to look at it. The thing that I found that really worked for me was taking the battery out and stopping it on a certain time. I have mine stopped right now at 11 o'clock. In dreams, things change quickly. If you look at something and then you turn away and you look at it again, it can be different. Something like that can be a reality check. Mine is I look at my watch because it stops and I see, oh, it's 11 o'clock. And then I wait like a second and then I look at it again. If it's the same, obviously you're not dreaming. If it's different, then you know you're dreaming. I was always afraid that I was going to look at it and it was going to be different and I was going to think that I just accidentally changed it or something. I had a secondary reality check, which was something that you can't really do when you're in public because people will look at you funny. I would like bite my wrist because in dreams everything is numb. If you don't know you're dreaming, then you can think that you're in pain because something that happens and it's something that you think you need to be in pain for. That's what the dream is about, whatever. But if you know you're dreaming and you get hurt, you don't feel anything. When I would bite my wrist and it would feel numb, that was when I would know I was dreaming. Those are my reality checks. Other people do things like every time they leave a room, they'll look back at the room and glance at it and see if anything's changed. Some people like look at their hands, and I guess if you're doing something and then you look down at your hands and then you look back up and everything is different, then you know you're dreaming. That one was hard for me. And I think it's best to have a watch that's not ordinary because it's not going to feel as big a deal to look at it if it's just a normal watch. So I got one with a headwig on it because I'm a dork. I guess you could do it with one that had a battery in it too. I feel like having a battery in it and like looking at it and then looking at it again would make you feel like it changed because you're awake, if that makes sense. I don't know. So I just got into the habit of knowing what time my watch said, and if it was different, then it was a dream. The first dream that I had, the bigger the potato, the more it can feed. What? Anyway, the first one I had was really, really cool. I was surprised that I was able to do so much in it before actually having it not be lucid anymore or waking up or whatever. So the first one was I looked at my watch. I was sitting in the house that I grew up in. I was watching TV, sitting on the floor, and I looked at my watch, and I looked away, and then I looked at it again, and it was different. And I thought, that's weird. So I bit my wrist and it was numb and I was just so excited. And this happened maybe 3 weeks after I started trying to lucid dream and looking at my watch and stuff. Suddenly I'm awake in my dream in my childhood house. I thought I need to do something big to prove that I'm dreaming. I stood up and I went outside and I looked up and it was nighttime and the moon was really big and I thought like explosions happening on the moon. And then like there were like what looked like nuclear bombs going off on the moon, and it was so freaking cool. I don't think I got the chance to do anything else before it wasn't lucid anymore. So that's something that's hard to do, is to hang on to it without either waking up or just like losing it. After that happened, I wanted to have more, obviously, and the big thing that I wanted to be able to do was fly. Every time I would wake up in my dream, I would find the highest spot that I could or imagine that I was flying. It doesn't sound like it would be that hard, but it's something that people can't experience, so it's hard to recreate it in a dream. For some reason, I always tried flapping my arms, so I did that a few times and it's really cool. But okay, there is a downside to this whole thing. Whoever created Inception must have had experience with lucid dreaming. There are little things that are very similar, but when you're in somebody else's dream in the movie, other people know that you're not supposed to be there, so that person's brain makes these people try to push you out of the dream. But that can happen in your own head. Whenever I look anything up about it, I don't ever see anybody talking about this part of it. But it happened to me, and that's what made me stop doing it. And it happened to my brother, and that's what made him stop doing it too. Because it can get really scary. It's kind of like a form of like sleep paralysis, you're just stuck in your dream. You can't just force yourself to wake up. Usually it's just you lose the lucidity and that makes you wake up or something like that. It's usually not you're stuck there and you know you're dreaming and you just can't get out. I had one dream where it was really cool. I was doing all kinds of cool stuff, and then I was in this house and it was dark and there wasn't anybody there and I couldn't get out. It just seemed like everything was like just pushing, and the darkness was just pushing in on me. And I just remember like sitting down in the corner and like covering my face and screaming because it was so friggin' scary. I knew I was asleep, but I couldn't make myself wake up and I couldn't change anything in the dream. It just felt like my dream was attacking me. I thought I would make a little video and tell you guys about it, and maybe you guys can try it too, and you can tell me what you thought and like tell me if it worked for you, because I would like to talk to some of the people who have had lucid dreams, maybe get other ideas on how to make it happen faster. Because I got my watch, I'm going to start doing it myself, and maybe in a few months if it's happened, I'll make another video and talk about my experiences and stuff. Like, comment, subscribe if you like this video. We put out new videos every sometimes. I guess that's it.
You good boy.
Me.
I can't hear you.
Me.